It's time to get all your Star Wars news in a single file. From Fantatrax TV, this is Good Morning Tatooine!
Good morning, Tatooine. Indeed, we're back once again with your weekly recap of everything Star Wars and Lucasfilm. I'm your host, Brian Cameron. With me, as always, my partner in crime, Mr. Paul Naylor. How are you, Paul?
Hello, Brian. I'm good, mate. How are you? You had a good week?
I've had a decent week. I'm slightly losing my voice now. But it's been a long week, but busy. And I've got the following week, I'm on holiday. So, very nice. I've got a lot to achieve during my holidays, but, but I'm on holiday nonetheless. Mr. Newbold is always there in the chat. Want to hear all your comments and all the news we're talking about, and we'll be reviewing Andor episode 11 from season 2 as well. Yeah. So lots to cover in this show. Paul, you're just back from Echo Base Live, our convention here in the UK.
Yeah. I believe it's the largest in Europe in terms of Star Wars vintage sales events. It happens twice a year, once in the spring and once in the autumn. And I love it. I mean, you've been before yourself, Bryce, so you know what it's like.
I've never been to Echo Base.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, I thought you had.
No.
Right. Oh, you'd have to come. So over the years, I mean, all the ones I've been to, and as far as I know, it's where it's always been held, is at Kingfisher Shopping Centre in Redditch. And it's moved from different sort of empty, what were previous shops. It's moved around the centre. It's now in what was previously a Debenhams. Now, I would suggest that Echo Base probably brings more footfall on that one day than Debenhams ever had on any day. It is absolutely crazy. So there's always some great stores in there. Pretty much, if you're a Star Wars collector, and particularly if you like collecting the vintage stuff, it is amazing that whatever you want, it will be there. You want the cardboard Death Star, you'll find it. You want something really random, there's a chance it'll be there. There's me, set up with my stall ready. And we were in like a really weird little cul-de-sac, me and my wife. And we'd got behind us all the old cabinets from when it used to be like the, when ladies would go in there and have their makeup applied and ready for a wedding and whatnot, and all the perfumes. So we got all that behind us. We looked a bit of a junkyard behind us, but it was great. And we did rather well. I mean, I've been a vendor there now for probably 3-4 occasions now, and each time it's great. So if anybody's got a collection of stuff that they want to get rid of, that's the place to go and do it, because you'll do well, but also it's nice to see it get passed on to somebody that you know is going to appreciate it. Generally speaking, the people that are buying this stuff, they're buying it to add to their collections. So it's not scalper's paradise.
Oh, see, that's what I want. I just want your money.
Hey, you sound more like my wife. Yeah, but no, it's a really good event. And there was plenty of Fantas there as well. Mark was there, as was Mr. Mark Mulcaster, his partner in crime. Yeah, it was really good, wasn't it? There was some, you're right. There was some fantastic guests this year
Should
as
we
well.
anticipate an episode of Making Tracks from Echo
No, I
Live?
think there might be an episode of Making Tracks. I've heard that there was a quite a lengthy recording made, and yes, I'm part of it.
So, as well as never having
me.
been to Echo Base Live, also never been on Making Tracks as well.
You've
it's
never
sad.
been on Making Tracks, Brian.
Sad day, isn't it?
This is a very sad day. It's scandalous. Not only does Mark act as basically L3 in the Millennium Falcon for us, you'd have thought he would have invited you onto Making Tracks.
Yep.
This is scandalous.
I know, it was terrible. Making Tracks episode 237 already edited to go. See, that's just he uses that excuse all the time not to have me on it.
So you've been completely ignored again.
Yeah, there we go. See, I'll be on episode 1000. There we go. It's a little bit like L3. I just don't believe in making love to inanimate objects. So, because I haven't made love to Mr. Newbold, clearly that's why I don't get invited on.
Well, he is a big Lando fan. Hi, Chris.
Echo Base was amazing, says Chris David. Was Mark Newbold at the meal? If there was food there, Mr. Newbold was bound to be there.
Mark Newbold was definitely at the meal. He was probably eating somebody else's spare one. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I bet he got an extra pudding as well.
Definitely.
On that note, should we get serious and see what we've got coming up in the show?
No, let's carry on with this.
Let's just carry on with this. Yeah.
No,
we better get professional.
We're better than this. What, really?
Bryce Dallas Howard has been talking Lucasfilm, and she's made the comment, whatever it is, if I can be of service to Lucasfilm, I will.
Humana. Star Wars Beyond Victory. That's a mixed reality playset which is now available.
We'll be heading across the pond to New York Comic Con, where we'll get all the reveals from the Lucasfilm publishing panel.
Then Star Wars Legacy author Madeleine Roux talks Rey and Leia.
We'll also be hearing from Timothy Oliphant as he sends a reminder to Dave Filoni. Or Dave Filoni?
Oh,
John
Favreau.
Favloni. That's what's confusing me. Mark's gone with the pun in the title, and it's tripped me up. Mr. Favreau and Mr. Filoni. That Cobb Vance is not dead, and neither is he, which is nice to hear.
Which we think will be the start of the next film. And thank the maker. Celebrate a decade of The Force Awakens in Fordingbridge. So that should be a great event.
Yeah. And to round out the show, we'll be having another segment of our ever popular The Death Star Cometh, where we'll be reviewing Andor Season 2, Episode 11, Who Else Knows, which has the epic Dedra and Krennic scene as well, where she gets a little bop in the head. So I'm looking forward to reviewing that one.
That'll be fun.
Importantly, Mark tells us that he was at the meal. They had baked brie and sweet chili sauce, which was amazing, but he turned down the extra pudding.
He doth protest too much.
The extra pudding, was it a
Pavloni.
Favloni or a Pavlona? Pavlova? Who knows? Sounds like a pudding. It's confusing me with these puns, Mark. It's terrible, tripping me up.
It's either a pudding or a pasta dish, I'm not sure.
Oh dear. On that note, we better head to the news. And we don't want to start with the last news. We'll start with the first item. We'll start with the first item, which was the lovely Bryce Dallas Howard, very popular.
Yes.
She appears to be within Team Fantha. Has made the comment that whatever it is, if I can be of service to Lucasfilm, I will. That's a dangerous comment.
Very dangerous.
It is. But she spoke with how much she's loved working with Lucasfilm. She's obviously she's going to be back for a couple of episodes of Ahsoka Season 2.
Yeah.
There's also rumours and talks that she's been invited to pitch for a movie project as well. And as Mark points out, her connections with Lucasfilm go all the way back to her dad, Ron Howard, starring in the very first Lucasfilm production, American Graffiti, back in 1973, a film I absolutely love.
And you know what? I only saw it about 2 years ago for the first time, and I thought, why have I never seen this before? It's amazing. It's amazing.
But there'll be talk about nepotism later in the episode because one of the stories comes up. I can't say that Bryce Dallas Howard is a nepo baby and that she's in her role because of her father, because without a shadow of a doubt, she's been the director of some of the best Star Wars content that's come out on TV in the last few years.
Yeah.
So if anyone was to be given the opportunity to direct a Star Wars movie, I think she's more than earned it.
She would have been found out by now. And no, I agree with you that some of the best Star Wars episodes have been at the hands of Bryce. So, yeah, absolutely.
She makes an interesting comment as well, which I find interesting anyway, that they're very efficient in terms of resources because they know while there is access to resources that most projects wouldn't have, they don't want to take advantage of it. They want to stretch the budget as far as they can. You want every dollar to be on screen. And so it's using the indie mentality of like, okay, how can we get this done in a way that's efficient and economical and serves the story? Yeah. And sometimes, as everyone knows, the limitations obviously often give birth to the greatest ideas. Yeah, and that's an interesting comment because there's been a lot of criticism of the size of some of the budgets on Star Wars TV projects, which in many respects have led to projects not being continued. The Acolyte being a prime example of not getting a second season purely because its budget was astronomical. It would have had to have achieved record TV numbers really to justify getting renewed for a second season. So it's an interesting comment she makes about stretching the resources there.
Yeah, I would imagine that's a mentality that's come from her dad as well. I can imagine Ron being very similar in his attitude.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I've actually watched some of his masterclass classes.
Oh, right, okay.
Where he teaches you how to be a director. And it's well worth it if you're remotely interested in how film is made. Really interesting insights from him as well. Mark, salacious comment. Need to see it on screen in live action as well.
Yeah,
it's just,
yeah.
See, I told you there's this undercurrent in the Phantom Tracks team of wanting more Bryce Dallas Howard content.
A lot of love for Bryce, absolutely.
There is. And let's hope that she is involved in future projects as well. And be interested to see what direction they might go if they gave her a film.
Yeah. Actually, with her red hair, she's she's a shoo-in for Luke Skywalker because of the Rav Mara Jade.
Oh, don't, because they're already starting that for Starfighter with Amy Adams. She's got red hair. She must be Mara Jade. They filmed them on a boat. They must be on a water planet. It's like, oh, come on, people! Like, it's like, look at planet Earth. Come on.
I know, but I think it will be a water planet.
I hope they give Amy Adams' character a wig. There we go.
Shave her head.
Talking of mixed reality. So look at that link. Project that was revealed back at Celebration in Japan. Star Wars Beyond Victory. What they're calling a mixed reality playset. I'm just calling it a VR experience. It's now out on Facebook or Meta, however you want to call them. Their Quest 3 or 3S headset. They're vastly overpriced product that serves no real purpose. And it's probably true to say that this game serves no true purpose either. It's, we can do things in a virtual reality scheme, and so let's do it.
It's just an immersive kind of thing, but it doesn't actually do them a lot. So
it's like it's just one of these novelties that's going to disappear like Betamax.
Like BMX,
like Betamax. I've become obsessed with Star Wars VHS and DVDs and Laserdiscs and all that. It's in my head. It's just a technology that's here. It's going to disappear as quick as we see it. I've got a VR. I've got two VR headsets. I've got one of the original Meta ones, the Meta Quest 1, and I've got the PlayStation VR, and I've probably used them for less than an hour each.
Oh, right.
It's just gimmicks. It's just gimmicks.
And not a very cheap gimmick either.
No, we can actually have a look at this one.
Let's have a look.
Why not?
Bit of fun.
Pod racing. It is truly a dangerous sport.
Yeah, winning races is sort of my thing.
They're really moving. No secret technique here, just their speed.
Yeah, we've seen like an extended clip of that in the past, haven't we?
We have.
Where we you see that people can effectively collect like virtual action figures and stuff.
Yeah, and it's just
It's quite a nice idea, but it's like you say, it's got limited sort of.
what difference does it make whether the pod racers are racing on an imaginary table in front of you or whether you're racing them on the TV?
Yeah.
Why do you want to sit with a very heavy headset on your head? Like the whole thing with gaming, I think it's about community and gaming with other people rather than being isolated in your parents' basement with a headset on and earplugs in.
Do you do a lot of gaming, Brian?
Not enough.
No.
Not enough. I would love to. But
what's that game that you've been doing for years that you're
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
But I've got a wife and kids in that game, you know. I've got to look after them. Like, can't not play that every other day. The wife will complain if I don't turn up for supper.
That reminds me of that. What's that film?
I've got more going on in that game than I have in real life, you know.
That reminds me of Hot Tub Time Machine, where there's a young character in that whose virtual life is that he's locked up in jail. He's just doing hard time.
That's basically what my life is.
Yeah.
I spend my time trying to make the wife happy, and then all of a sudden I get called away to kill a dragon. You know, it's just a.
Is a divorce not on the cards?
Well, she doesn't know I've got a house in another town. Dear. It's a great game, Skyrim. And, but it's more than a decade old now, and we're still waiting on the next game in the series. And it is a bit of... Being a fan, I'm a Game of Thrones fan, or the Song of Ice and Fire, to give it its proper title. Book series, and I was a fan of that long before the TV show came out, and so much so I've got like very limited, less than 300 published massive versions of the books, which I've got no hope of getting the next books in the series now because there's millions of fans worldwide, where before it was very much a niche community. And I've been waiting 15 years for Winds of the Winter, and it's a bit of a laugh in my head now is what's going to come first, the sequel to Skyrim or the Winds of Winter. It's like the content that I love just doesn't get made. But yeah,
if there's such a big community now, surely you should be making the most sell some of your stuff.
I should sell them. I should. Yeah. I actually was going to sell them. I was actually going to sell them when the last series was on TV, because I thought that's going to be at its peak. And that's going to be the price, its best price it could possibly make. But the last season was so incredibly bad that the price would not have been good that year.
It was awful, wasn't it?
And that's the problem when TV writers get ahead of the original source material, because it was the original source material that made that show phenomenal. Yeah. And as soon as they had to write the story themselves, failure. But now you're in the situation of... whenever the Winds of Winter comes out, people are going to criticise it regardless, I think. Yeah. But there we go. There was a trailer out this week talking the Game of Thrones universe of the new TV series that's coming very soon as well. So head to your Game of Thrones social media account, you'll see the trailer for that. And I highly recommend it because it's based on little novellas that are phenomenally funny and phenomenally good. And I hope it transitions to TV very well, because I think it would be very popular if it does.
I think they'll do it justice, definitely.
I can't remember what the TV show is called, because I know the novelist is Dunk and Egg, but obviously they haven't called the TV show Dunk and Egg.
That's a real random name.
Well, it's not if you watch it, because you'll find out that one of the characters is called Egg and the other one's called Dunk.
sounds like Tag and Bink to me.
Here's a clue: the bald-headed kid's called Egg.
There you go. There you go. Played by Matt Lucas.
Yeah, something like that, I think.
Oh dear.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Mr. Newbold fact-checking you there. That does make sense.
Not only does he fact-check for Star Wars, he fact-checks for that as well. Look at him. What a star.
That's very true. Next up, let's head to New York Comic Con, where Lucasfilm always holds a major publishing panel, and this time they've revealed what's coming in 2026. Or at least part of what's coming in 2026. And first up, Star Wars Legacy from Madeleine Roux. An all-new adventure that'll follow Rey and her new master, Leia Organa, on a quest to mend the storied Skywalker lightsaber.
It's an interesting idea.
I disagree.
Yeah, no, because it'll give some context to what happens at the beginning of episode 9. So it's good in that sense. But,
what made Leia interesting as a character was that she was a politician.
She wasn't a Force user, yeah,
and she wasn't a Force user. She didn't act like Mary Poppins. All I can see is that Leia's taught Rey how to Mary Poppins herself across the screen. And that's what I've got to look forward to if they ever get around to making a Rey movie, which I reckon they won't.
Really? You think that's sort of dead in the water?
You've had years to come up with a decent script, and at this point you still haven't been able to come up with something that works. Yeah. Shameful. Yeah. So not looking forward to that. Even less looking forward to the next one from Ashley Poston. This? Eyes Like Stars, a Star Wars romance novel.
Who is that meant to be? Luke and Mara?
That's some randoms.
Oh, is it?
It's a young adult novel which features a couple in search of their happily ever after in the galaxy far, far away. They find that with Andor's sister. The charming young adult romance set about a year and a half before Star Wars The Force Awakens features all new characters, a mysterious artifact in the fearsome First Order. Yeah, who wants a Star Wars romance novel?
No. But we're the wrong demographic for this.
No one's checking out Star Wars movies or TV shows because, there might be an interesting romance story in it. That's never what Star Wars has been about. So when you're starting to make content like that, it's because you've run out of ideas. Make Star Wars content. Don't try and make Star Wars something else.
Exactly.
Mark agrees. Leia's as a charismatic leader than a Jedi put down her lightsabers. Far better. What are you talking about? Andor's sister gave afters. I don't know. I just heard that she gave happy ever afters. The Mandalorian and Grogu. Could Andor's sister be in this? Who knows? We're going to potentially find out in the art of the Mandalorian and Grogu from Phil Stosiak. Insight into the concept and creation of the visual elements of the Clan of Two's first big adventure. Interestingly, it's going to be in shops before the film. And ominously, it says it's going to have a look back at artwork from season 3 of The Mandalorian as well as moments from the Book of Boba Fett. We presume it's going to be from 2 episodes of the Book of Boba
Fett. Yeah.
But yeah, interesting that it's going to be out before the film. That's my takeaway from it anyway.
But don't you remember back in the day, I can remember when Return of the Jedi was about to come out and the red storybook, the photo storybook came out a couple of weeks beforehand. So got to see what Jabba looked like, got to read the story, got to find out what happened to Vader at the end of it. And you're thinking, is this the story? Is it?
I'm old enough to remember the Phantom Menace soundtrack coming out and having a song called Qui-Gon's Noble End. Oh dear!
They've never done that since, have they?
No, they've never stooped that low. They've gotten close, but never that bad. But yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, and very interesting at that because if it's the art of the Mandalorian and Grogu, you would think that it would follow the structure of the film. It's kind of what's common in those art of books. It's kind of in depth.
Yeah.
So interesting. We'll wait and see. Star Wars Visions, get another book. Tezukomo?
Sukumo, I would imagine the T silent. Sukumo, something like that.
Yeah,
so.
possibly. Coming from Viz Media, a new manga. In the wake of Order 66, a lone Jedi Knight accompanies a pair of droids to a rumoured droids paradise while being pursued by the Emperor. It's definitely not one for me. Droids paradise, think of it. And just when you think it's over, they bring it back. Star Wars The High Republic Adventures Pathfinders, coming from Dark Horse Comics. Is this because they're going to continue making the High Republic content, or is it just traditionally the fact that Dark Horse Comics are always very late in getting things to print?
He's been on the shelf for 2 years. Yeah.
Coming from author George Mann as well. So
I think that this is probably the tail end of the High Republic. I think it's already been announced that they finished in that time zone.
It's kind of wrapped up, but not wrapped up. This is taking place 20 years after Phase 2.
Right.
So it's getting really messy with the timeline as well.
Yeah, that's not for me.
We're going to get Star Wars Jedi Knights. Ethan Sachs is coming back as well. He showed off a first look at the Star Wars Boba Fett Black, White and Red issue 3. Yeah. Charles Soule gave an insight to issues 9 and 10 of Legacy of Vader. And we're getting Jedi Master Kelleran Beck, as you can see on the cover there of Jedi Knights, this coming November. Not particularly excited about that, but the next release really depressed me. Mark points out in the High Republic one, it's not part of one of the 3 phases, like 20 years after one of the phases. This is where the timeline gets weird and messy. End it. Every good storyline should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And when you can't end it, you're just dragging it out. Yeah. Star Wars Jar Jar. Let that sink in. Bad enough that you're making a comic series about Jar Jar, who was one of the worst characters ever created for Star Wars, and very much a racial stereotype as well. Is coming back in his own one-shot, and just to make it even worse, it's going to be co-written by Ahmed Best. And not only will it feature Jar Jar Binks, it's also going to feature his Jedi character, Beck. So you've got this terrible character of Jar Jar Binks who was universally disliked, regardless of what people now try to revise it 20 years later. You've got Jedi Beck, who was basically fronted up a cheap, rubbish Star Wars game show for kids. And this is the best you can do to come up with a new comic. And just to make it worse, you're going to have one of the co-writers be the actor Ahmed Best, who, as far as I'm aware, has never written anything in his life. So when we talk about Nepo babies and nepotism, this is nepotism at its worst. And honestly, the way that they've tried to sandwich Ahmed Best and everything, so he came out and he told a story about how terrible he felt after the prequel trilogy came out and blah, blah, blah. I have no sympathy anymore because it's just become garbage.
It's an apology that's gone to the max, isn't it? Really?
Well, there's nothing to apologise for.
No, but that's what they feel.
Because you're talking about an era before social media, so people weren't tagging him or directing abuse towards him individually.
He would, if
it would have been people passing comments in forums that he would have had to have entered to read. So just stop reading it. You didn't have to read it. That's my attitude to it.
In this time, he would have been devastated, wouldn't he? Let's be honest.
So, my sympathy is long gone. Yeah. I'm fed up with the rewriting of history. It's just...
I've met Ahmed Best. He's a nice guy.
But then we get people like Mark, Jar Jar, bring it on. Why? Horrible character. You know what? The worst thing about The Phantom Menace was you got a chance to see the Jedi in their prime. Two phenomenal actors in Ewan McGregor and Liam Neeson, whose performances were brought down by having to appear on screen opposite a character like that.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman, Ewan McGregor, Liam Neeson, three high-quality actors against a racist buffoon of a character.
Well, I mean, you could argue that the film was centred around Jar Jar Binks as well, wasn't it?
Well, the only good thing he did was recommend that Emperor Palpatine get the job. It's the only good achievement in his entire career.
He did you a big favour, didn't he? He did you a massive favour there.
He did. Yeah. We'll give him that.
Right, what have we got here? What's his crate?
Yeah, and Mark makes a point. In the era of social media, the bashing of the prequel actors, especially Bess and Lloyd, would have been unbearable.
Yeah.
But were they bashing the actors, or were they bashing the characters? Because as far as I'm concerned, we're bashing Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Because as far as I'm concerned, Ahmed Best was just a guy who smacked about dustbins and dustbin lids on stage, and nothing against him. It was just absolutely an appalling character that he portrayed. But you know what? I'll pick up Jar Jar Binks issue 1, and if the writing's terrible, I'll criticise Ahmed Best, because Ahmed Best is the one that's writing it. So, that's the reality of the situation, though. If you're going to write as Ahmed Best, and you're going to get criticised as Ahmed Best.
Oh, Brian.
What can I say? Star Wars The Mandalorian visual guide, which will feature Ahmed Best as Jedi Beck saving Grogu. Another shocking decision. It's going to give us an insight into The Mandalorian. It's going to be written by Pablo Hidalgo, who is a good writer and has a career as a writer. And so it makes sense. It'll include details from the upcoming film, The Mandalorian and Grogu, again released before the film, April 28th next year. And celebrating 5 decades of making cinematic magic with industrial light and magic, 50 years of innovation by Ian Fales as well, which I'm very much looking forward to. That's going to be a big coffee table book.
Yeah.
The art of colouring Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu.
We can
100
get Mark
images
Mulcaster.
to inspire creativity. It's not inspiring creativity, though. It's painted by numbers, isn't it? It's not
is that what it
creative.
is? Is it painted by numbers?
Basically, you're colouring in.
Get Mark Mulcaster to review that.
It's
one.
not
He's a
the most
colourist.
creative thing, is it, to colour in a pre-made picture?
Well, bit of colouring in here and there. It's good.
Jar Jar Binks is a one-shot. That is the one thing. One shot, that's all it takes. Get him. Sam Wessel, where are you when you need
right
you?
There. Right there.
Mark loves the GMT episodes when Brian's off his meds. Not remotely off my meds, but I'll tell you what, 1 week I will go.
I have to sit through this, Mark.
Here's a new book from Funko Pop. Star Wars The Mandalorian, the official Funko Pop colouring book.
Oh, gee.
So basically, it's a colouring book where the art is made to look like they're Funko Pops.
Wow.
Can you see
all
why I
they do is
wasn't
just-
impressed with this panel?
Yeah.
Should we keep going? Or we're near the end.
Did Big Kev have to sit through this?
I don't know. Also out April 28, 2026. Clearly, that's the embargo deadline up for before the film's out. But the panel ends on a high with the art of Star Wars Andor, the complete series. So we're not getting a season 1 or a season 2. They're just going to chuck it all into one big book.
Everything. Yeah.
Coming from Phil Stosiak, Abrams Books. The definitive behind-the-scenes companion to the Emmy-winning Disney Plus series and the art of Star Wars Andor, the complete series. They've spent a lot of money to try and get those Emmys, didn't they? So they've got to sandwich that in there. New York Comic Con attendees got a glimpse of the official cover art illustration featuring never-seen art of Cassian Andor on FedEx by concept artist Chester Carr. I'll tell you we got to see it too because it was on StarWars.com. So you didn't have to go to New York Comic Con to see it. So they never got an exclusive. We also got Doug Chiang, The Cinematic Legacy, Volume 1, and The Star Wars Legacy, Volume 2, which could be very interesting. Looking forward to that coming December. And I said we were going to end on a high. Kept the best to last, maybe. Is this the last? I don't know. The Art of Star Wars, The Acolyte. In fairness to Star Wars, The Acolyte, perhaps the artwork was good. Includes a foreword by creator Leslie Headland. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
New York Comic Con attendees got a peek inside at new concept art for The Strangers Mask and More. It's coming in January next year, which makes perfect sense. You know, you don't want to get it out in time for Christmas presents, do you? You want to wait to the start of the new year.
Star Wars crochet.
Star Wars, The Mandalorian crochet. Includes instructions to make 12 projects.
Amazing.
What's the second one in?
I think that might be. Is that the Ugnaught one? What was his name? Queel. Is it Queel?
I don't know. It looks weird.
That's hard to tell, isn't it?
It is. It's a terrible crochet.
I have
whatever
no
it is.
idea what that. No idea.
I do like the
The big beast at the back.
The beast, the mud something.
Yeah.
I don't know the names of these things.
No, it's mud something.
Get your crochet hook ready, Paul.
Yeah.
Get your crochet hook ready.
It's ready.
For a 12 project inspired by the Clan of Two, revised and expanded from the original with characters from the Mandalorian and Grogu. So this is not all new. This is an updated, revised edition, which means there's already one out there.
And demand was such that we've had to follow.
This sums up the second creature. And Mark says it looks like Babu Frick or Hondo. So you can't say I'm the one being hypercritical here.
I think it could be Babu Frick, yeah. Suppose I can't tell what the frick it is, but
you'll find instructions to make huggable versions of your favourite characters from the series and up-and-coming film, along with materials to make Din Djarin and Grogu. Again, out April 28th.
If you look at that Grogu, right, it looks like he's got a target on his chest, so that may be the best one.
That's his little
his little
Mandalorian
chainmail, isn't it?
little thing, isn't it?
The Jabba's probably the best one there. I like the Jabba.
I like the Darksaber.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, if you can find someone, because I actually have Star Wars crochet sets, but I've never gone to the point of doing the crochet.
I wouldn't know where to begin. I haven't got the patience for that.
I should do a live where I get the Star Wars Mandalorian crochet set on the 28th of April, on day of release, and I'll just do a continuously live stream all the way up to the film's release to see if I can get it made in time.
2 hours of you doing this?
Oh dear. So yeah, I wasn't impressed with
I could tell.
the shocking reveals for next year. I'm so glad I'm out of the purchasing game for Star Wars literature.
That's a bit of a barrel scrape.
1, 2. Art of Mandalorian and Grogu I'd pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else? No.
That coffee table, The Empire Strikes Back.
That's like just...
Yeah.
The Art of Andor.
Yeah. Doug Chiang and the crochet.
Yeah, I'd probably, it's not pictured there, but yeah, Doug Chiang's book, I think.
Well, I think that is that the Battle Droid pictures there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then above that, there's the one with the Empire Strikes Back Hoth scenes for that coffee table book.
Mark says, I dare you to live stream a crochet video.
Oh, I tell you, it'd be amazing.
Yeah. You don't want to tempt me. You do not want to tempt me. On the back of my criticism, Madeleine Roux, who's writing Star Wars Legacy,
Yeah.
She's talked about the Rey and Leia novel that she's going to be writing with StarWars.com. And she talked about her love for the character Leia Organa, it being some of her earliest childhood memories, and how Carrie Fisher became something of a personal idol to her.
Yeah.
And which is always good because, you know, I think it's important that someone has to like the characters that they're writing about. And she kind of explains that she's going to be delving into the interior lives of General Leia, Rey, and even Kylo Ren, writing in the third person close perspective, which is kind of interesting. That she spent time reading Carrie Fisher's books to find Leia's voice. So, yeah, I should maybe be more positive for this. I just don't like the concept of Leia being a Jedi Master. It's just, it doesn't.
I'm hoping that Leia is a reluctant Jedi Master, that she doesn't really want to do it, but sees that she's got to. That might be a more interesting take on it rather than just embracing it.
I'm just going to leave that sentence there at the top of the screen just to irritate Mark.
Give me the tick.
That's my revenge for daring me to make a live stream crochet video. Look at that spelling. Shocking.
Oh dear. Yeah.
That'll be fixed before the show finishes. But yeah, I maybe should give this more time. I just don't like the concept of Leia being put forward as a Jedi. It was never really the way that I saw her character. And in many ways, I think it diminishes what I think is the key aspect of her character as well.
So really the big take on literature is the one thing we've got to look forward to is the spin-off that you'll be hosting, Cameron's Crotchety Crochet.
Yeah, that's it. Whilst I'm looking at the screen, I'm just looking at the right-hand side, and I'm looking at Star Wars Andor, the complete first season on Blu-ray, $60.78.
That's a lot of...
Come on, Amazon, that's like shocking.
Yeah.
I know the tariffs are harsh, you know, but...
Yeah, that's about 50 quid.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Anyway, it's a good series, but I wouldn't be paying that for it. I'll get it on a torrent for free.
I'll stick with Disney Plus.
Yes. Oh, you're not allowed to subscribe to Disney Plus anymore either, are you? You're supposed to have cancelled that.
Not? Am I? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's been corrected. Yeah. It's been corrected, people.
Hey,
so
that was a very terse response. Corrected.
For having criticised the whole premise of the book, I do like what Madeleine Roux has had to say about her love of the characters as well. So
yeah.
I will give it a chance.
Yeah, I think if she's that much of a fan of Carrie Fisher and Leia, then she will have done her research and she'll know her subject. So, and like I say, I would like to think that Leia, being the feisty character she is, very reluctantly uses her force powers.
Yeah. Next on the news front, Timothy Oliphant is an unemployed actor. And so he's been sending texts to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau to remind them that he's not dead, and neither is his character Cobb Vance. What Timothy doesn't know is Act 1 of The Mandalorian and Grogu will feature his character's funeral. Or maybe it will.
It'd be him and Boba Fett.
So yeah, basically that's the entire article is basically him just saying, I'm still alive, I'm still looking for work, I love the character, I want to come back and do more. And there's been really dozens of actors in the last week, Keira Knightley and all the other handmaidens. Obviously works in short supply at the moment. But also, if as a reporter, it's a worst question you can ask someone. Would you come back and be this actor again? Yes, if they're going to pay me, I will.
Yeah.
My job is to be an actor. I will come and make anything that pays me. That's basically it. That's what it boils down to.
What did you think of Cobb Vance? Did you like it? Like him as a character?
I liked the way that he was introduced.
Yeah.
Kind of like the episodes. I liked the Crate Dragon and the way that it was kind of brought into it too. I kind of like the whole
helping out.
barman being a weequay, and there was a lot of nice little elements to that whole episode.
Yeah.
Was I hugely invested in Cobb Vance, the character? No. He obviously emanated from a horrific Star Wars literature novel before he transcended onto TV. It kind of feels that his character's done.
It's a shame because I thought he was really, really good in it. I like the idea at the end of the Book of Boba Fett where they left it sort of like on a bit of a sort of, an open ending whereby he was basically put into a Bacta tank, wasn't he? He was put into Boba Fett's Bacta tank to recover from his injuries.
Because as he says, Cobb Vance's not dead. Everybody in the Book of Boba Fett is dead to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Let's be honest.
I don't know why. I mean,
Go Power Rangers.
Yeah, that bit's awful. I'll give you that. That is awful. But yeah, there's elements of the Book of Boba Fett that I thought were pretty good. Particularly the Mandalorian episodes.
Yes, they were the best two episodes were the ones that didn't feature Boba Fett, oddly enough.
I mean, a pop-up Boba Fett before it was even released. Yeah.
So it's a meaningless comment, really. I think alongside every other actor that says, I'd love to come back and get paid to do some work. Stop asking them these questions, journalists. It's clickbaity. Last of the news front, the news that there's going to be another convention at Fordingbridge run by Dave Tree, this one called Thank the Maker, and it's going to celebrate a decade of The Force Awakens. People may well remember his convention Andor earlier this year.
I was there.
That was incredibly well received.
Yeah.
And rather than having the likes of Timothy Oliphant, who must have sent Dave a text saying, "Remember me," and Dave's ignored him because Dave was more interested in people behind the scenes. This is a fascinating convention if you're into what it takes to make Star Wars and actually hear from the people that make it and have them be the focus of the convention for once. So it's a nice alternative to pretty much every other show. Yeah,
I mean, if you're a big fan of Star Wars and you like the behind the scenes stuff, it's everything you could want and more. And last time, everybody that was involved in it was also available for autographs. It was a really different event, and I think that's its biggest plus point was that it was unlike anything else I'd been to. It was great. So the model that Dave has created here can be applied to various things. So we've obviously done and more with Andor, and we've now got this for The Force Awakens. So there's nothing to stop him then doing it for various productions from Star Wars. This will be as good as the and more show, definitely.
It's going to take place Sunday the 7th of December, a day after the 27th running of Farthest From, which is his vintage Star Wars collecting retailer event. And the day before that will be the Christmas meal in Fordingbridge Town Hall as well. So you can have 3 days of Star Wars festive fun.
They may have stopped giving us Christmas films, but you've still got Star Wars Christmas fun at Fordingbridge. Absolutely.
That's true. If you want to find out more about Thank the Maker, tune in to next week's 237th episode of Making Tracks. That means there's been 237 episodes without me being invited on.
You've been invited to the 1000th.
Dave Tree's been on a lot of episodes of Making Tracks.
It's shocking, really, Brian.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go there. You could be on there talking about Good Morning Tatooine.
I could be on there talking all about the New York Comic Con panel. I don't know why they don't invite me on.
It's a shame.
Shocking.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway.
It'll happen one day.
Mark's too busy to type his crocheting Babu Frick.
Well, I hope he does a better job of the one that's on the cover.
I don't know what was that Babu Frick your answers in a postcard if you believe that was Babu Frick. Or could have been Hondo, partly. Just one or the other. They look so similar, those characters. Couldn't tell what one it was.
Send your answers on the postcard to Get Brian on Making Tracks. And the address is...
Yeah. Send your emails to radio@fantatracks.com with Get Brian on Making Tracks in the subject line.
Let us know if you receive any, Mark.
That is this week's news. We've managed to, out of a very slow news week, achieve great things there, Paul, I think.
We have, and we haven't yet done the Death Star cometh.
Should we head to the Death Star?
Yeah.
We should.
We need to. Yeah.
Let's go. The Death Star cometh? That's an old comment. Where did that come from? Let's get rid of that. Randomness is happening on my computer. That's a very old comment. How did that appear? Season 2, episode 11. Who else knows? Who else knows where that comment came from?
Who else?
Answers on a postcard.
No idea.
A great episode to cover this week, and one of my favourites. And kicking off back in the hospital, if you remember, Claire and Granny touring about the hospital and killing Luthen Rail, needlessly killing him. That's just what rebels do. Murders.
He gotta go.
So ISB are there, and they're beginning their investigation, and they start by putting pressure on the doctor in charge of the hospital because they want access to all the security footage.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Daedra, she's been arrested, being held in an ISB interrogation room. And who's going to interrogate her?
Good old Orson Krennic.
Orson Krennic, indeed. Who starts his question by asking, as the title implies, who else knows? Who else knows what, Paul? Just say the name. Say it.
I don't know.
Death Star. Who knows about Death Star? He asked her. And who does indeed know? And she does start dropping names of people who may or may not know. And Lonnie Young, Krennic reveals, has had Daedra's login deals, which is the first that Daedra knew of it. Yeah. Obviously, he revealed that to Luthen Rail and told Luthen all about the Death Star, and which really is just a renewable energy project that the Emperor's got going on. At this point,
renewable energy.
So when you get all these people like talking about renewable energies, remember they're building Death Stars, people.
Don't you think though that that Krennic has worn a lot of makeup throughout Andor?
He was heavily done up there. Like he was like a other orange politician that we might know. And it was a great interaction between these two actors, and again, a crime they didn't win an Emmy despite all the money Lucasfilm threw at it. Yeah. Especially for the little bop.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
And the acting, because the range of emotions that they went through in this this one scene was fantastic.
Yeah.
And from anger to fear to everything's kind of in between, and everybody starts getting a mention, from Scarif to Erso to everybody's getting kind of called out here. Everything that's going on, Kyber crystals, everything's getting mentioned, which was a nice, probably the scene that connects most into Rogue One than any other scene in this series, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Certainly from a list of titles about that came up, definitely. Yeah.
Almost went in for a kiss, but didn't.
That looks like
he could have gave her the Godfather kiss at that point, couldn't he?
That looks like he's holding a dismembered head.
It does a little bit. And he leaves, and she's in a bit of a panic. Back at the hospital, they've got access to all the security footage. I'm trying to find out who killed Luthen Rail. Who indeed this person, this nasty person, who's chapping away at the wall in the flat because she's hidden something inside. Meanwhile, back in the hospital, they've discovered it's her. Yeah. And so the ISB investigation is well underway. Out of the wall comes our little...
like the second part of a bit of kit that builds up this little bit of machinery.
Yeah, our little sort of radio transmitter type machine. So she builds that together in the disgusting flat. Look at the state of those windows.
The squalor.
We'll come back to that. And they've got all the footage they could possibly want of her, and they know it's her, and they know that she's faked her injury. She wasn't really a nurse. And she starts doing a little Morse code signal.
Yeah.
On this device. And over in Yavin, and I had a device over in Yavin, owned by what's his name again? The little
lad.
druggie. Wilmot.
It was Wilman.
Yeah, he's there, and
not Wilmot, not Gary Wilmot.
No, who's there with Drina. Who, if you remember, he had made love to in a previous episode, and then it was revealed later in the episode that bedroom was wide open space where there were like 50 other terrorists were there. Very, very strange reveal. But yeah, he's got the message coming in, and he starts to panic. He heads to Andor's tent, where Andor, he doesn't care less about his broken heart and his girlfriend having left him, because he's there getting drunk with the guys, playing cards.
Playing cards with a droid.
Yeah, playing cards with a droid. And they're winning. Melchi's winning. Good on him, the Scotsman. And often Scotland wins at anything. Would beat Belarus 2-1. That was a hard job tonight. Big win there. And Wilmon, he comes in with this device and says it's beeping people, and in a panic. Meanwhile, back at Canary Wharf, the ISB are meeting, and they've identified Clea. They know her connection to Luthen, and Partagaz, Krennic, and I forget his name.
He really comes into his own in the next episode, doesn't he?
Starts with an H. I can't remember his name.
No. Mark, come on, Mark.
Get us out of our misery. Heert, I think it is. I think it's Heert.
Yeah.
They're discussing her. Partagaz and Krennic, what in her cot. I believe it's Heert. We're going to call him Heert anyway. People can correct us.
Yeah.
He goes, but what justification have we got? Mark confirms it is Heert to arrest her, and Partagaz just makes up she's got an infectious disease, having left the hospital, and we need to arrest her. That'll do. And so he goes away to find her. And Krennic and Partagaz have what we now know, having seen the whole series, an ominous conversation where Krennic basically says, I can't protect you anymore, Leo.
Yeah.
One too many muck-ups, really, and they talk about Palpatine and having to keep him happy and blah, blah, blah. And, they have a very interesting exchange. Yes. And again, phenomenally acted scene. Yeah. And just at the end of the scene, just Partagaz kind of leaning over, kind of defeated, which is the first time you sort of see that character in that way. And obviously that becomes significant in the next episode.
Very much so.
Parallel to that, and equally crumbled and defeated, Clea, she's looking for someone to reply. She doesn't take the time to clean those windows.
She hasn't got time for that. No.
She had plenty of time. She's been sat there all day, lazy. Because they're still sitting there drinking and playing cards back in Yavin. And they decide they're going to leave the planet. They're going to head to Coruscant to respond to this message because it's Luthen, people. It's everything to do with Luthen. Got to do it. They have a bit of an argument. K2SO points out how many rules they're breaking and so on, which is quite amusing, quite an interesting first real character development for K2SO, really, as the character we know from Rogue One.
Yeah, that's the first time we see him and Cassian, sort of just the two of them having a chit-chat, really.
Yeah. Daedra, she's getting her first taste of prison on Coruscant. And here it comes to visit her. And ever the Imperial loyalist, she kind of helps him by basically telling him about the device they found on Ferrix all the time ago with the radio transmissions, and that's the kind of thing you need to find. And obviously, they've already found one at Luthen Rail's shop. Yeah. So here knows where to go if he wants to find Clea. Wilmot, he gets in trouble for helping Andor get off Yavin, and he gets sent to Yavin jail or bed, one of the two, I forget. And the aforementioned radio transmitter from Luthen Rail's shop that was kind of destroyed, the Imperial agent, she was loving it. She's loving the old technology everybody loves. Like we spoke about earlier, Betamax technology, everybody loves it. And here, he's a little bit disturbed by her giddiness. And our good friends arrive at Coruscant. And meanwhile, a signal starts coming through on the device. And I tried really hard to get a screen grab of it when it was flashing, but I didn't. So I've got like a really zoomed in screen grab of it not flashing.
Brilliant.
A failure on my behalf. Meanwhile, Cleo's still there. Look, she's got takeaway. She's had time to go out and eat. And look at the crumbs on that desk.
She's definitely had Chinese.
Oh, she has. It's disgusting. Like, it's disgusting. The whole place. Tidy it up. Andor, he's still looking at the device. They're up in the skies above Coruscant. Partagaz, they're in the middle of their operation to hunt her down. Andor, he comes into land. Meanwhile, here and his team, they're on their way as well in his shuttle. Yeah. Here we go. He kind of gets bullied into putting on his stormtrooper gear, I guess you would call it, his ISB military gear.
Yeah. Which I think is a great look anyway.
Yeah. These guys head into the apartment. And I kind of like this little gadget with the little hologram.
Yeah.
And they were all showing it so they knew who they were hunting for.
Yeah.
These guys, they head down just as the Imperial shuttle lands. And we see this stinky, horrible walkway to Clayla's apartment. Look at the state of that. This is going to become relevant. Yeah. Just disgusting. The Imperials crack out their Ghostbusters Ecto device to track her down. She's left the device on. Rookie mistake.
Very silly girl.
Andor does this little secret knock on the door, and they all meet up, and she's a little bit distressed that it's him that's come to rescue her, to be perfectly honest. But she lets him in, and they're outside looking for Slimer.
Yeah.
And Andor and Clea, they have a bit of a tense conversation because she doesn't want to go to Yavin because she knows the people in Yavin's opinion of Luthen Rail. But she's got little to no choice, really, because the Imperials, they're in the lift and they're coming down. But they've gone to a different level. Look how clean that level is.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is, I mean, it's an obvious thing that they've done. I mean, and you picked up on it brilliantly. So, do you think we've got like the lower floors might be like?
I think what we're
poorer
basically
people?
saying is people that are rebels are stinky and dirty.
That's exactly what it is. Rebel scum.
Yeah, rebel scum. Meanwhile, we're back at the ISB, I guess, nerve centre.
Briefing room, I suppose.
Is that a Death Star on the wall?
It might be.
I just thought, odd decoration. We then see the little scene from the trailer because K2SO was left back on the shuttle. He's noticed the Imperials arriving. So he comes out, and I'll give him credit for a droid. It was quite funny. He gives the guy a slap and out the way. Meanwhile, the Imperials have burst into the flat of this lovely couple. Look how clean and tidy their flat is. And look at the state of that window. It's not been cleaned in years. They're keeping a nice flat, and they've got neighbours like her up above. Disgusting.
You'd have thought with neighbourhood watch.
She's got coffee on the table. She's got fruit in a bowl. It's all clean and nice and spick and tidy. The windows are beautiful. You can see out onto that beautiful Coruscant. She's got to live next door to this scummy people. Look at the state of those windows. These are the important things you notice. So our poor Imperials, they end the episode by having to go down to the stinky level to catch the rebels. And this is where it ends. What's going to happen in the grand finale of Andor?
I know. And this all leads very nicely into the final episode. It's sort of like a two-parter, really, isn't it?
It very is, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was this week's episode.
Brilliant.
Which I loved. I thought it was a great episode. It was really character-driven.
Yeah. Like you say, it's probably one that I didn't quite realise at the time how much info was in there. But yeah, it's a great episode. When we were talking about it before, there's things that happened in the next episode I thought had happened in this episode. Yeah. So, it's a prequel to everything going completely
It's difficult, I think, when 3 episodes drop at once.
Yes, yeah, it is, yeah.
When you start watching it episode by episode, it's the layers that they've built there.
Yeah.
And I don't think it works as an episode on its own.
No.
Because it ends at such a weird kind of juncture.
It's a cliffhanger of sorts, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah.
But when you look at that episode, Andor and all the rest of the lead characters are very much side characters in this episode.
Yes.
It is Claire that come to the fore in this episode. Which is most unusual.
Yeah. She really has had some significant stuff towards the end of Andor. From somebody that was just a bit part in season 1. That's the clever thing with Andor. It's sort of like, it almost gives you misdirection on who the important characters are.
Yeah.
Until they come into their own. Yeah. Really good. Really good stuff.
Great actress, portrayed a great part, not a good housewife.
Not a good homemaker.
Yes. Oh yes, I was a little bit sexist there. A good homemaker. Better even that out. But you know, she could have had those windows
scrubbed. Tell that to your Skyrim.
While she was waiting for someone to respond, those windows could have been cleaned. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Put your takeaway away when you've finished eating it. I say that as I've got boxes that have sat behind me for weeks. They're just. I see you over my shoulder.
Are you like this, Brian, with your Skyrim wife?
What? I go out and kill the dragon. She stays home and cleans.
It's a proper good old fashioned relationship.
It is proper oldie days.
Oh, dear.
I don't know. I'm taking the risks in the relationship. She's not got the one that's getting breathed fire at. That's all I'm saying.
And on that bombshell,
we'll bring it back to Good Morning Tatooine.
Bring it back.
I've enjoyed going over the news and the review with this. It's been interesting. Nothing significant happening in Star Wars Galaxy at the moment, but interesting little elements nonetheless.
Apart from the launch of your new crochet podcast.
That's true. Coming soon.
Yeah.
We need a proper name for it. The Great Fat Crochet Off.
It's Cameron's cranky crochet.
Oh dear. I might shock you and make you I'm going to make you whatever that second character is. I'm going to buy the crochet set just to find out what it is.
I only want the Jawa. I don't want your Babu Frick.
Dear. There's going to be a Making Tracks episode 237 on Tuesday, which won't feature me.
You're not in that one.
Then there's going to be a live episode from London Film and Comic Con on Friday. Again, I won't be at that one either.
No, not me.
No, it's terrible.
No.
Shouldn't even bother advertising it on this show anymore, should we? Should we have a protest for until we're invited on that we just don't promote their content?
You're the one that's putting the ticker tape across the bottom. Just don't do it.
Yeah, we're just going to do I was going to say we'll do a dirty protest, but that's a different thing altogether. A live dirty protest.
Now that really would be.
If we're not invited on to Making Tracks before the end of the year, that's where it's going to go.
Yeah. Right, you heard it here, Mark. We want to be on Making Tracks.
Wait. Some breaking news.
Oh.
You're in episode 237, you traitor.
Yes.
You traitor.
Yes.
This is sad days.
Sorry, bro.
On that very, very sad note, Paul, I'm going to say good night.
Dear. Is it a good night for him?
It's a bad night from me.
And it's a good night from him? Probably not. No.
Keep up to date with the latest Star Wars news each and every day on FanthaTracks.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, and Pinterest at Fantha Tracks. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow Fantha Tracks TV to be alerted to new content and to be a part of our live shows.